Hi. Welcome to my short video on binary options trading, living up to the hype. If you use the web for financial and investment information, you have probably seen some astounding advertisements promising astronomical short-term investment opportunities. Some of the more recent claims are up to 95% profit in one easy trade, earn up to 85% per trade, on win up to 88% per trade. Are these types of claims accurate? Does the world of binary options live up to the hype? What is a binary option? Perhaps it is best to define the word option first. An option is simply a financial contract where we agree to buy or sell some sort of asset at a certain price within a certain time frame. Options fall into the derivatives category because such a contract has a value without actually holding the underlying asset itself. Option contracts expire at some time in the future, minutes, hours, weeks, months or even years, depending upon the particulars of the contract. Upon expiration, an option contract becomes worthless. So those who invest in options must do something with them, buy or sell, sometime before they expire. A binary option is a highly specialized option contract which cannot be sold after purchase. This type of option is simply held by the purchaser until it expires with a predetermined profit or loss. The advertisements that describe a 90% profit simply describe an option deal whereby a 90% profit would be generated if the underlying asset performs in the manner that you predict. For example, let's say the Dow Jones Industrial Average opens up at 16,501. The day grinds to a close with the Dow closing up 1 point at 16,502. Your option contract appreciates in value by 90%. Thus, your $500 appreciates to $950. If the Dow closes down, you lose the contract and will lose most of your $500. Some brokers will give you back 15% on losses. But this type of option is binary in nature, meaning you will either win or lose at the time of expiration. Some have described this type of option like throwing money on red or black at a casino. This is a fair description. Yet most option investors would like to believe they are much more skilled than gamblers who play the casinos. Binary options have been around for years as private over-the-counter deals. These exotic options were first introduced to the general public in 2008, when the brokers started offering the deals online. Today there are dozens of brokers who specialize in these exotic options. Most of these are located offshore in places like Cyprus and the British Virgin Islands. Are binary options legal? Like most legal subject areas, the answer is not simple. Most of the binary options brokers operate in locations outside of the jurisdiction of securities regulators. Some of them operate under casino gaming licenses. There is now a CSEC which is attempting to regulate the industry for those brokers within that jurisdiction. Before we look at the upside of binary options, let's take a look at the downside. Exotic option investing is not traditional investing. Some say it is very similar to gambling. I like the red, black roulette wheel analogy. When you acquire a binary option contract, it will either win or lose at some point in time, depending upon the expiration time of the deal. Unlike traditional option deals, where each contract controls a certain number of shares, there is no leverage with binary options. With this type of option you cannot exercise the options. Thus you have no right to the underlying asset. the option is strictly used to generate income for the holder. There is no liquidity with binary options. There is no marketplace to sell these unexpired contracts. Once you purchase the contract, you are in for the duration. Some brokerage firms are starting to experiment with liquidity, offering to either buy back certain of the contracts under certain conditions or find buyers willing to take over unexpired contracts. Another downside for binary options has to do with the losses. To truly make money in the long run, you have to be a skilled investor with high win-to-loss ratio. Because when you lose with these options, you lose really big, upwards of 90%. Some brokers are now returning 5% to 15% on the losses. Unfortunately, the mainstream financial press doesn't have much to say about the field of binary contracts. Dr. John Najarian, a host of the CNBC television program Fast Money, calls binaries training wheels for getting involved in traditional options. Najarian says that binary options will have wide appeal to individual investors, hedge funds and institutions, who have an opinion, one way or another, on future price movements. An article entitled "Don't Gamble on Binary Options" appeared in Forbes magazine in 2010. But let's not confuse that with investing. Binary options are a crapshoot, plain and simple. It is unfortunate that Pope places binary options in such a negative light. He fails to mention that virtually all types of investments are a crapshoot. Now we will discuss some of the pros of binary options trading. First of all, these options are an excellent and simple way to get exposure to various markets, stocks, commodities, forex and the like. Binary options truly make it possible for anyone to trade markets. Some of the brokers will even open accounts with $100 and let you experiment with $10 deals. Trading binary options is an excellent way to test various trading strategies without risking large amounts of money. This type of option account can be opened up in minutes and does not require long questionnaires, approval and cumbersome procedures like with a conventional options account. Most of the brokers accept credit cards as well as your favorite online payment method. Wire transfers with your bank are also available. The most obvious benefit of investing in binary options is the huge upside potential. Where else can you get returns of plus 80% in such a short period of time? So, do binary options live up to the hype? The answer to that question depends upon how they are used and how successful a particular binary option investor is. Of course, the underlying market conditions also play a large role in whether a particular binary option contract is profitable or not. Please click my link below for more details. Bye.